Students, this class we are going to study input in Java. This is the 6th chapter of computer applications. Okay, input in Java part 1. Now we are going to see what is called as an input. Input means an information or instructions. Okay, input means instructions given to a computer to do some process. Okay, so if we are giving some input to the computer for processing, it will produce the output. So any information or data that is sent to a computer for processing is considered input. Okay, next one is how we are going to give input in Java programming. So to insert the input in Java, there are three methods, that is initialization of variables. Initialization of variables means we are giving the input inside the program uh, when we are writing the program. Okay, parameterized input means we will give the values of the variables during the time of execution. Okay, scanner input means the first we will scan the input. What are the inputs we want, it will ask, and we are giving the inputs according to the need of the processing. Okay, so programming involves taking in some data. Taking in some data means we are giving the input, processing it using, when the data is, the input data is processed, it will give some output. Okay, meaningful output is using some instructions and giving some meaningful result. Taking in some data is called input. Okay, so the taking in taking in data is given by the user. Okay, so taking in some data is called input. The input of data just triggers that the data is to be given to a program for processing. So Java provides several ways of inserting data or input using Java. Input or inserting data in Java may be through first initialization of variables, second one parameterized input, and third one scanner input. Now we are going to see one by one. First of all, we are going to see what is initialization of variables. Okay, in this method, the variables are initialized during declaration. So when we are declaring the program, when we are writing the program, we are initializing the values of the variables inside the program. For example, in the a equal to 5 is a statement. So here we declare the value of a as 5, where 5 is stored initially into a memory location represented with the name a. Initialization may also be reference to another variable. For example, int b equal to a. So a में जो value store हुआ है वो b में store हो जाएगा. We are not directly give the value of b as 5. So here b is dynamically initialized to the value of a. So here it is not direct initialization, it is dynamically initialized. A point to be noted where is the value of a, that the type of the initial value of b. So here we are not directly given as b equal to a, b equal to 5, because here we store the value of a as 5, and here we are written as a b equal to a. So a value also 5 and b also 5 initially. Okay, after execution the value of a and b will change. Okay, a will remain as it is and the b value will be changed. So initialization is the assignment of an initial value for a variable during declaration. So this is the initial value. So during the time of calculation, if it is like that, a equal to a, b plus c, so a value of a will change after calculations. Initially the value is declared inside the program. This is called initialization of variables. So this will be seen through an example program. Here you see the program to add 12, 45 and 63 using variables. So we are storing these three values in a variable and one variable to add the sum. So see, a equal to 12, so the initial value of a is 12. B equal to 45, so the initial value of b is 45. So c equal to 63, so the values are initialized during the declaration. Okay, then d equal to a plus b plus c. The value of a, d will value of the sum of all these three variables will store in the variable d, and we are going to print the value of sum here. Okay, so initialization of variables means we are initializing the values during the declaration of the variable. Okay, the next one is parameterized input. What is called parameterized input? The process of passing values to arguments in a method during execution is called parameterized input. For example, int a, int b, int c, we are not going to give the value of a, b and c inside the program, but during the execution of the program it will ask the values of a, b and c. That time we are giving the values of the variables. Okay, so we will see the program like this. Program to take three numbers, any three numbers you have to take. They have not mentioned the numbers. Okay, so in the case of initialization of the variables, we have seen the values here 12, 45 and 63, but here in parameterized constructor they are asking us that take any three values, three numbers as parameterized input and find their sum. Here they are not given the values. Okay, so here see the values will be inside the brackets. Okay, these are called as arguments. A, b and c are called as arguments because arguments are parameters because it is inside this brackets. So it is called as a parameterized input. Int d. So all the variables are integers. Here you can see the difference. See, the variables are inside the bracket and this is the function name, that is add of. Okay, add of int a, int b, int c. We don't know the values of all these variables, and here we are adding the values with the values and store the variable d. Here we are going to print the sum. Okay, so how the values will be executed? During the execution of the program, in this window you are able to see. So we are going to see the sum. See, here it is asking the value void add of int a, int b and int d. Click here to execute. When you click here, it will ask the values. See, the next window you will see the difference. It is asking the values int a, int b, int c. Here one bracket arrow is there. If you click the arrow, the space will come. Here you have to give the values. When you click OK, it will add all these three values and it will show the sum in the terminal window. So see, this is another one example to find the area and perimeter of a rectangle where length and breadth is given as input. So we are taking these two inputs L and B as integer and the function name is area parameter. So in the AP, that is area you have to find and perimeter also you have to find. A equal to L into B. So here we don't know the value of L and B. During the time of execution it will ask the values of L and B. If you give the value of L and B in the window, it will display the area and the perimeter. Okay students, see, area equal to 30 and perimeter equal to 22 it will give. Okay, now the third method is scanner input. So input through scanner class. Scanner class we are using we have to import one package, that is java.util.scanner. In two ways you are able to import the package, that is utility package, that is import java.util.scanner, or you can write like this also, import java.util.star semicolon. Okay, this is a package, utility package. So the input through scanner class. The scanner class is a class in Java util package which allows the user to read the values of various types from either the keyboard or a file. So it has some of the most interesting functions that allow identification and storing of data that is being input from the keyboard. The scanner class is a library class that is built in Java .util package. So the scanner class is a library class. Library class means the class that is present inside the software, that is built in which package the scanner class is present, that is java.util package. Packages are some simply folders that contain pre-compiled classes. Okay, package means it is a folder, actually the folder consisting of files. Okay, the same thing, the packages means it is a kind of folder, it consisting of pre-compiled classes for the programmer to use. Okay, so this is done by importing the package before writing the class in shown below. So if we import this package in our program, it will take what the necessary needs according to the program. Okay, this is called the scanner input. A package, as the name suggests, is a pack, that is group of pre-compiled classes, interfaces and other packages. Okay students, now here in when we are using the scanner input, we have to use one statement to accept the input, as well as to display the output we have to use one statement, that is system.in. Okay, system.in is an input stream object which is typically connected to the keyboard input of console programs. Okay students, now we are going to see some common methods of scanner class. So if we are using the variable as a short, so to accept a short variable, to accept an integer from the keyboard of short data type, we have to write next short of. Okay, if it is an integer variable, we have to write next int of. See, after next there is no space and the next letter should be capital letter. Okay, so if it is a data type is a long type, then you have to write next long of. If it is a float type, you have to write next float of. If it is a double type, you write next double of. So if you want to accept a string means group of characters or numbers. Okay, that is enclosed within a double quote. To accept a string, you have to use the function as next of. Then to accept a single line of text, one line text, okay, that is a sentence. So from the keyboard you have to write next line of. So if you want to accept a character from a keyboard, you have to write next of dot character at of which place. Okay, next of dot character at of which place you have to mention. Okay students, now we are going to see some errors, common errors that occurs during the time of writing the program and executing the program and compiling the program. Okay, so the errors are always otherwise called as bug. Bug is an error, flaw, failure or fault in a program or system that causes it to produce an incorrect or unexpected result or to behave in unintended ways. Okay, so when we are writing the program, during the declaration of the program, errors will arise. During the compilation of the program, the errors also occurs. When we are after compilation, if there is no syntax error, then during the time of displaying the output, that time also the error will occur. Okay, so now we are going to learn some of the bugs or errors occurs in a program um, during the time of declaration, execution and compilation, we are going to see. So, types of errors. Errors in a program in Java can be broadly classified into three categories. First one is syntax error, second one is logical error, and third one is runtime error. So three types of errors: syntax error, logical error, and runtime error. Now we are going to see one by one. First of all, we are going to see what is called syntax errors. These are those errors in a program that may occur due to deviation from the grammar or syntax of the language. So when we are writing a program, the programmer or the software developer created some syntax to write the programs. Okay, so we have to follow the default syntax of the software. If we are writing the program according to our own knowledge, our own convenience, the program will display the errors. That is called a syntax error. For example, Java is a case sensitive language. Case sensitive means it will differentiate the uppercase characters as well as the lowercase characters. Uppercase characters means capital letters and lowercase characters means small letters. So in the place of smaller small letters, you have to use small letters. In the place of capital letters, we have to use the capitalist letters. If we are not concerned about this, the program will produce the syntax error. Whenever an error in the syntax occurs, the compiler will not proceed with the processing of converting the source code to bytecode until the error has been rectified. अगर हम लोग प्रोग्राम लिखने के टाइम सिंटैक्स करेक्ट नहीं है तो कंपाइलर विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट द सेम लाइन फॉर एग्जीक्यूशन until we corrected the error. Okay, that is called as the syntax error. So syntax error is an error in the syntax of sequence of the characters or tokens that is intended to be written in a particular program. The next one is, so here we will see some common compile time errors are, that is missing semicolon. Okay, every statement will end with a semicolon. Mismatched braces in the classes and methods, wrongly accessed variables whose visibility does not exist, then misspelled keywords and identifiers, missing codes in a character or string, then incompatible type in assignment initialization, then bird reference to objects, package name improperly given in the import statement. So the first line itself you have to take care of it. Then import Java, after Java it is dot, then util, u small letter, then dot, scanner, s capital letter, then semicolon. Everything you have to remember when we are writing the program. Okay students. The next one is logical error. So what is called a logical error? So a logical error is an error in a program that causes it to operate incorrectly. Okay, that causes it to operate incorrectly but not to terminate. Program normally terminate नहीं होता है. Okay, or crash. That is called as a logical error. For example, if we give like this 0 upon 1 upon 5, 1 upon 0 or 0 upon 5, like this, the logical is different. So in this time the logical error will occur. The next one is runtime error. What is called as a runtime error? See, an error that occurs during the execution of the program is called as a runtime error. When we execute the program, when at the time of giving the input, and during the time of displaying the output and an error occurs, that is called as a runtime error. So the common runtime errors are dividing by an integer by 0, accessing an element that is out of bound of an array, okay, out of boundary hota hai na, that trying to store a value which is incompatible to certain data type, then attempting to use a negative index for an array, then converting an invalid string to a number, one data type to another, then accessing a character that is out of bound of a string. These are the common runtime errors. Okay, the next one is commands. So there are the commands. What is the use of the commands in Java programming? So when we are writing the program, we know for what purpose we are writing the program. Okay, so the second person will come and see the program. They have no idea for what purpose the program is written. Okay, so when we are writing the program, after the end of the statements, we have to give some idea for uh, for what purpose the program is written. So by our own sentence we have to given that this statement is to declare something, this statement is to declare something. So if we write some commands of our own words after each and every statement, anyone can understand for what purpose the program has to be written. Okay, so for that we are using the commands. Commands are notes or remarks in a program to provide an easy understanding of the problem. This ensures proper documentation, but these statements are ignored by the compiler and no question of error may occur with this whatsoever you may write within it. Okay, so when we are writing commands in a program, the compiler will not take the commands. Okay, so if you want to write the commands in a coding method, you are able to write. If you want to write in words, in small letters you can write, capital letters you can write, any letters you can write, but the compiler cannot bother about your commands when you are writing the inside the program. For writing the commands also there is some rules you have to follow. Okay, a command is a programmer readable explanation and annotation in a source code of a computer program. So the first one is single line command. Single line command means this command is used to provide command in a single line. The line that is that is to be commanded should be given in a double slash. See in the program, if you this is a statement a equal to ac dot next INDF. We are going to accept the length. This means we are going to accept the length. Length is assigned in the variable a. B means breadth. So यहाँ पे देखो backslash accept the strength, backslash accept the breadth, backslash calculate the area of a rectangle. So these are called as command lines. Why we are used these variables? Why we are using this statements? Okay, this is called the single line command. The next one is multi-line command or documentary command. Multi-line means if we are writing the commands in a very big length commands, then it is called as a multi-line commands. So this chapter is over here, students. The next part we will see the exercise question answers and some programs.